Welcome back to another Facebook Live at Hellenic College Holy Cross. The last broadcast we brought to you, I learned, had some technical difficulties. So we wanted to come back and visit some of the items we talked about last time with some latest sort of updates, let's put it that way. First of all, I'd like to thank you for your support of Hellenic College and Holy Cross. It is the only college, school of theology, and seminary that the Greek Orthodox Church has in the Western Hemisphere. Some people are surprised to learn that when they see so many other faith jurisdictions or faiths, programs, universities, seminaries all over the country, but we have one as the Greek Orthodox Church anyway. That's why this place is just so important for the future. So we go around the country, and one of the first things I want to share with you are the upcoming visits that we have planned. On December the 16th, we'll be at St. Vasilios Church in Peabody, Massachusetts. On January 13th, we'll be at St. Philip's Church in Nashua, New Hampshire. On February the 3rd, we'll be at St. Nicholas Church in Lexington, Massachusetts. On February 10th, we'll travel to the Annunciation Cathedral in Atlanta, Georgia. And on March 17th, we'll be at the Three Hierarchs Church in Brooklyn, New York. Let us know if you want to visit or you'd like to plan an event in your city, especially those of you who are alums. That's very important that we come out to see you, and we ask that you help us promote the school. There are a couple of things that we're doing now at the school that are extremely important for the future of the church. One of them are the changes to the seminarian program, building on a stronger basis to create new church leaders and priests. It's very important that we look at how can we change what we're doing, reimagine what we're doing. We're not going to change the faith, obviously. The faith is the same. But we're looking to change the methodology, the delivery of, because that is different. In 1980, when I graduated from seminary and I went to the parish, I went out and I would look into the pews and I would say, okay, I'm going to deliver a sermon. And I would deliver a sermon without a problem because it was a homogeneous group. The husband, the wife, the children, the grandparents. Well, the church has changed. I shouldn't say the church. The composition of the church has changed. And with that change in composition, we then have to change the way in which we unpack orthodoxy for this next generation. I've been told that we're at the 6th generation of Orthodox Christians here in America. That is not a problem. I see that as an opportunity, but it would be not right for us not to prepare our students to meet that challenge. We also are doing some brand new partnerships. Suffolk University, Regis College. These are great opportunities. In Boston itself, there are currently, I believe it's 90 colleges and universities. That's 600,000 students. And we personally, we just can't do everything on our own, but there are many schools, many colleges and universities now throughout the country and possibly the world that are working with one another to complement each other. Our cause here is to create young Orthodox Christian leaders for the future. So we work on the core of what the Orthodox Christian is, and then we add on top of that their professional pathway. And that's what we're doing with Suffolk. Suffolk, by the way, is one of the largest commuter schools in the United States of America, and it's right here in Boston. Through this partnership, we'll be able to offer advanced business degrees. Our Hellenic College students will be studying. They'll apply for up to 15 credits from the Hellenic College undergraduate degrees toward the accelerated master's program. This could mean earning a master's degree in half the time it would usually take, thus saving each student, and yes, their parents, the potential full-year tuition. It's very exciting for our students because they know immediately they can come to Hellenic, study in the management program, and go right into Suffolk University and get their degrees. The other thing that we're very interested in is trying to teach our young people to become scholars, to become practitioners, moving into top-notch master's programs. That's very important. And at Suffolk, they're able to go into their accounting program, their finance program, business analytics, marketing, and more, and they can receive their MBA now with that connection. Exciting. Regis College, a number of things. I urge you to go to our website at hchc.edu. There you'll see a ton of things. By the way, it's a brand new website, and you'll see a great amount of things there. And if you want written material, which I come to the generation, some parents might too, they want to see what's going on in their hands. So we can send you our latest view books. Let's go on a little bit further, Maria. Let's talk about the chapel. In the office with me now are Maria and Emmanuel and Yanni, and they're helping us with the social media. We're on YouTube now, I know, and that Facebook we're having a little bit of trouble with today. At least they're having trouble. We didn't have trouble. And as soon as we get that straightened out, I'm sure that we'll be able to bring you it through Facebook as well. The chapel is on the highest point of our campus. The Holy Cross Chapel was built with the donations of young people. Then Archbishop Michael requested young people around the nation to help build this chapel on campus, and they did it. And it's a magnificent place. We're just recently finished the dome and the flat roofs and the tile roofs of the chapel, which had not been done in many, many years. And we're now building a bell tower. And that's all thanks to Mike and Kay Johnson of Denver, Colorado, who stepped forward and decided to make this tremendous gift. Once we finish with that, and we know that the building is airtight and watertight, we are going to begin the iconography project. As a matter of fact, it's begun already. The two brothers, George and John Philippakis, have been commissioned to design the icons for the chapel. And once His Eminence Archbishop Demetrius approves them, we'll begin the placement of those icons. You might say, well, wait a minute, there's no icons in the chapel? That's not true. There are icons, but the walls are literally empty. Most of you have the blessing of having your churches filled with icons. Here in our church, which is a magnificent church, we have 2 icons and the iconostation and a few behind the altar. And we're going to begin to tell the story. We're going to begin unveiling orthodoxy for our students and for the world to see. This is truly a chapel that is a light on the hill overlooking the city of Boston, from which we hope our students will shine their light into the parishes. We want you to stay tuned to, of course, our Facebook pages, we have numerous things, Facebook, Twitter, what's the other one we have, Maria? Instagram. So many things now, and it changes. Every day you look, it changes. So please watch for the progress, and we'll keep you informed. Let's talk for a minute about sports. Someone might say, well, what do you need sports for? Well, I don't know a young person in the world today that is not involved with some kind of sporting program. I remember when our 6 children were growing up, we went from place to place, from field to field. Many times I wound up at the wrong field because I had the wrong game for the wrong child. But here on the campus, we want to develop young people that are balanced in mind, body, and soul. So they're going to pray, and they're going to play, and they're going to educate, but they also have to learn how to participate in team sports. And thanks to NCAA Division III approval through Newberry College, which is our neighbor, we're now able to offer, I believe it's 14 or 15 co-ed Division III sports. This year, our soccer team, by the way, first time, won their division title. That might be because one of our students this year signed on. I'm not saying, but that's a reality too. So NCAA sports here, back again at the Hellenic College Holy Cross. I want to talk for a minute about you, the donor, who might be listening. We have a magazine that has probably come to your home already. If not, it will be posted on our website. It's called Doxa, Glory. And we give glory to God for you, the people who support this institution. Without you, there is no school. We need you to continue to support, and we need you to begin to consider giving even monthly. Many people are doing that, and they're using their credit card now to give on a monthly basis. We have to do it. We have to invest in the future. There is no better place within the Orthodox world today than to invest here at Hellenic College and Holy Cross so that our future will be bright. And thanks to you, this year alone, over $5 million has been given. We have over 220 endowed scholarships. And those of you who have established scholarships in memory and in honor of your loved ones, we encourage you to continue to do that. And as you know, we send out every year a complete statement to everyone that does that, who establishes those scholarships, so that you'll be fully informed. Another point that's very important is alumni engagement. For those of us who graduated from the school, we know how important it is. We didn't say it's perfect, but we know how important it is. And we could probably not replace the time that we spent here at Hellenic College and Holy Cross. And I would urge you, all alumni, lay or clergy, that now is the time for you to step forward. Now is the time for you to begin to have events in your hometown, to encourage people to give. Now is the time for you to begin to recruit young people for the school, for the seminary, and for the college. It's important. We need to have 500, 1,000 students here so that the future of our church will be bright. There is a new Instagram page, HCHC Alumni. We hope you go on there. And if you are an alum, join the Facebook page as well. For you who are priests, the priests that are listening to us, we have a thing called PEG. You know, everything's an acronym today. Presidential Engagement Gatherings. This is an opportunity for you to pull together influential people in your community who would want to hear from members of our faculty, from me as the president, for other people, students as well, who will come and talk about the school. When we had this summer the Clergy Laity Congress of the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese, that was the first time in 30 years that it had been done here and that we had a full day on campus. That was a great opportunity, but I have to be honest with you, when I asked the question, how many of you had ever been to the campus before? And mind you, there were 1,400 delegates in the gymnasium. 20% raised their hands. And that's the leadership of the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese, with the priests, the bishops, and the laymen. So we have a long way to go, but we're not going to give up. And in not giving up, we need you to assist us. Let's talk for a minute about Faculty Admissions Committee. I'm going to talk about some of the new things going on now with the admissions department. We now have we always had what's called rolling admissions, but now we have introduced this past year early action, early decision, so that, like other schools, we'll know who is actually coming here and we can work with the top-notch students that really want to come to get them enrolled quicker. Those of you that want to come to the school also and have testing optional, ACT, SAT optional. That is something that happens, of course, because of your grade point average. I believe it's 3 or 3.5 you have to have in order for that to kick in, but you'd want to work with the admissions department about that. There's also, of course, the common application. That's important because now you can check off Hellenic College, or you can check, well, not Holy Cross, but check off Hellenic College. And you say, well, why should I do that? Well, why shouldn't you? Every young person who is an Orthodox Christian should be checking off the school at the common application. It doesn't cost any more, and it's very, very efficient. And then we begin to work with you. I'll let you in on a little secret. We're now reaching out to over 300,000 families who have children between the ages of 16 to 18 who are Orthodox Christian. How do we get that list? They're out there. And the key is now that by touching the parents and touching the hearts of the young people, we're able to introduce them to an Orthodox Christian college and their professional pathway. We're able to mesh both faith and learning. That's what's done here. That's not done anywhere else. That's why it's so important. You should know as parents, if you're listening, that 6 in 10 of the young people that go to universities and colleges today never return again to their church. Is that what you want? Certainly not what I want. So I'm hoping that young people and their parents will realize that this is a very special place that they can come and learn. I want to talk a little bit about the various programs we have. The various programs changing a little bit too here. When you go and you look at the business management program, it's management. When you look at human development, it's now psychology. Religious studies stays the same, our classics department, elementary education, literature, and history. We're also offering pre-law and pre-health, and very soon we're hoping to be looking into the OT, the PT, as well as some other programs. So please watch very carefully the website and tune in to learn more. Let me talk a bit about Giving Tuesday. I began by thanking you, and let me say that Giving Tuesday, which is next week, I believe that's the 27th, I want to say. Am I right there, Maria? Yeah, the 27th. The 27th of this month is a time when everybody gives. I don't know why they decided that, but that's when they give. Maybe after Thanksgiving, thinking that people are grateful for all the good that they have. But that's a global day of giving. And that's an opportunity for us, for you, for me, to give to our school. So please watch the videos that come out, and I'm certain that you'll be able to do something. Again, those monthly donations as we go forward are very, very important to the institution. I hope that gives you a little glimpse of what we're doing here at Hellenic College and Holy Cross. Again, a very special place. Things are happening, things are changing for the better. And if you ever want to know the truth about what happens here at Hellenic College Holy Cross, go to hchc.edu and please sign up for the presidential newsletter that comes out every month. It's a 12-page, 14-page, sometimes 16 and 18-page document that gives you sort of the picture of who we are. Let's take a look and see at some of the questions that have come in thus far. I have some here. We spoke about the construction of the bell tower. We're trying to get ahead of that and get ahead of winter. God's been graceful to us so far. The snow has not been that bad. So we're at a position now where the beginning structure, the foundation has been poured, and the walls are actually going up. So we're very excited about that. Iconography, that will be sometime after Christmas, probably around Pascha, when that would begin. The benefits of early action. What is the benefit of early action? Well, one of the greatest benefits is to you and to your children and to your nieces and nephews, your grandchildren. They know what they're doing. They can begin to plan. That's important, and we will work with you. And again, I said that that's the first year that we're doing that, so we can secure the class for September. And we hope to enroll one of our largest classes, but it has to be with your help. Again, every student, every junior, every senior should be looking at Hellenic College. It's not for everybody, we know that, but it certainly is for a large section of our community that could come to this school. Think of what happens when our young students go to the summer camp programs. I know our children benefited greatly from the Diaconia Center in the Metropulos of Atlanta up in Salem, South Carolina. Every summer, hundreds and hundreds of students would go there. And they would leave with a torch, something with a flame of Christ in their heart. Then the question happens, well, when you come back to the parish, what happened to that flame? Was the flame continued? You'd have to ask them that. But I'm saying to you that that flame that is lit, whether it's St. Nicholas Ranch or Camp St. Paul or the Diaconia and St. Stephen's Camp, needs to become not a small little flicker, but a torch for Christ. Because when they go out and they have their families and they decide upon their professional pathways, they're going to need a base on which to stand. So have your young people, have your students, have your children learn to build, I believe it's scriptural, to build their house, not on sand, but on solid ground, which is the church, which is our faith. Let's see if we have some other questions. Facebook questions submitted. Let's see what you got here. How is HCHC doing in recruiting new students for the priesthood? Well, I'm happy to tell you that it's tough to recruit for the priesthood. And you say, whoa, wait a minute, why? Because the Lord and the Holy Spirit does that on its own. But what is our secret weapon, and I warn you, the secret weapon are the Orthodox priests around the country. I was influenced by my priest, Father Constantine Theodore, of blessed memory, who graduated in 1942 from the first graduating class here at the school. And I know that there are young men serving in the altar today that are influenced by their priest. So those of you who have young men who are studying in school and want to go to the altar, encourage them. Don't discourage them. I've told the story when I travel about how when I was 6, 7, 8 years old, I think it was, I would pull on my shirt in the pews. And I would say, Me travaio, Theos, God is calling me, God is pulling me. And my mother would slap my hand. She says, "Katsishika, sit still. You're in church. Don't make noise." So this happened over and over, week after week after week. And finally, the priest came out of the altar, Father Constantine, said, "Madam, what are you doing to your child? Why do you keep hitting him on Sunday in the hands? He keeps telling me that God is pulling him." And I said to him, "Be quiet." And Father Constantine said to her, "Why don't you listen to your child? If God is pulling him, let him come into the altar." And that's what it did. And they let me do that, and it led to my studying for the priesthood later on. So there are young men out there, and we need good. We need you, people who are listening, to send us the best of the best so that they can become priests, so we'll have hero leaders in the future. There is a shortage of priests in America. I don't know that there's a shortage at this point. It says here, how great is the shortage? I remember back in the 80s, they were saying 50 to 60 parishes were without priests. I am not aware of that today, but I do know that we need to grow the parish. And in order to grow the parish, you need staff. It's like let me liken it, it's a rough analogy, please forgive me, but if you have a stadium and you have no team, you have no game. We're in the stadium of life, the stadium of attempting to save our souls. And if your team, if your army of both clergy and laity are not on the field and not prepared and not trained to play right, what happens? You lose the game. So that's why this place is so important. Let's see, there's some other questions coming in. Students watching now live, okay? Freshman Holy Cross. I only hear Holy Cross for 3, oh, wow. So one of our students is watching it on Facebook. I got it, took me a bit. And he states, "I've only been here at Holy Cross for 3 months, and I love it." Thank you, whoever you are, appreciate that. All right, let's take a look at some other questions. Are there particular goals you would like to reach within the next 6 months? Well, we have a number of goals. And right now, the most important ones are the seminarian formation program. And we relook at that and try to train our seminarians in a stronger way, looking with the faculty, and they're fully behind this, which is great, ways in which we can improve the Master of Divinity program. In the college, it's very important that we reimagine the college. The issue of the college is very important for the future. Again, we have one as a Greek Orthodox Church. But we have to reimagine what programs we're offering so that when students choose their professional pathways, they'll be able to leave the school and be gainfully employed. So that's what we're doing right now. Those are my goals. One of the biggest goals is enrollment. We want to double the enrollment on the campus. I can't do that alone. I need your help. Would HCHC be willing to host conferences on the campuses for Orthodox organizations? Absolutely. The only drawback we have here on the campus is we don't have a place in which to house conference goers. And I would hope that maybe someday if somebody comes in with $5–10 million and they want to give it to the school, we'll be able to build a conference center. There's no better place to learn about Orthodoxy than here. In the summer we have, for example, the Crossroad program. And we have 60 young people that come here. They live in our dormitory. But during the year, we can't do that because our students are in the dormitory. So there are many opportunities. We could do conferences here, and they could be housed at local hotels until such time as we get the conference center that one of you may just give. Let's see. What is your personal view about the youth and their use of technology in connection to religion? Oh, boy. I'm told that there are 7.5 trillion, is it trillion or billion? Billion people in the world, billion people in the world. And I'm also told that 3.4 of them are on the internet. If that's the case, to just abandon the internet and say we don't need it and it's evil, in my estimation, would be a tragic error. St. Innocent of Alaska used what? When he went in the Aleutian Islands and he went from island to island, he used the canoe. They made the canoe, he went in the canoe, he went over and he taught the people about faith. He actually wrote in their language an alphabet so that they could understand. It's no different today. We have to take what's there and use it to our betterment, whether it be through online radio programs, online education. We here at the school will be developing, and you'll hear about it very, very soon, online classes, both undergraduate and graduate, as well as conferences, so that people who cannot visit us will be able to participate. That will be coming very soon. Just watch the website. Let's see if I have any more questions. Any other questions, Maria, that came in? Thank you very much. Thank you to our team. Thank you, Yanni. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, Maria, for being, this is coming to you from the Office of the President. We wish you and your family a blessed Thanksgiving. Pray for us. We pray for you every day. And we hope that our future together, and I know our future together, will be bright. Remember, recruit students and become a monthly donor to Hellenic College and Holy Cross. God bless you, and thank you.